Okay, had a Tuesday practice, full pads, the day after the first day of class. Overall, wasn't real pleased with the way our team responded, specifically offense. They've got to come out there in a better frame of mind, execute better. We found out some good information on our scrimmage. We got some good information, especially on special teams with some of the young guys that can help, and some of the guys that didn't get a chance to play much last year. A few of those guys can help too. So I think we're in a good spot as far as personnel. We will still use this week to finalize a few positions, and but overall we've got some good information, evaluating our players.
Questions? Just do get able to practice it.
Yes.
Did you practice Sunday or was this the first day back?
What's that?
Did you practice Sunday or was this the first day back?
First day back.
Did Castleman McKenzie come back?
Yes,
After the game Thursday?
he did.
And what about Trey Max? I know he's been dealing with hamstrings.
Yeah, he's still dealing with things. I think he'll be back full speed, here this week.
Coach, you're heading into your third season as head coach of this football team. What are you excited about heading into this season, and how is this offseason different from off seasons in the past?
Well, I really like our team. I like, overall the attitude. I think we've got some leaders on this team that are extension of the coaches, that have been in some big games and help contribute, win championships. So we got some young guys that really have good attitudes, and we got some talented freshman guys that will help. So combining those two things, our coaching staff, very happy with those guys. So, I'm excited to see how the season goes.
Anybody catch your eye on watching tape on the scrimmage?
There was a handful of guys. I mean, there wasn't like one guy that really stood out, but there was a handful of guys.
When you have a off practice like this, who do you turn to kind of get the guys?
Yeah.
focused and leaders?
Well, you got to turn to your leaders. I mean, your leaders are the ones that, have to rally them back, get them back ready tomorrow. The good thing is we'll go back at it tomorrow, and they'll have a chance to get out there and redeem themselves. But, first day of school coming back, my experience is that's one of the more challenging practices. And, I know offensively didn't come out there and get it done like we expect them to get it done.
You that is more execution, guys, or more mental?
It all starts with mental. Execution usually starts at a mental spot. It's that time we've been going, 2.5 weeks, and what are we, 2.5 weeks from the game? It's kind of right in that middle, and you got to really reach deep down in, and your leaders really got to step up and answer the bell.
Just after have a chance to look back at the scrimmage, any guys or position groups, anybody that you took thought took a step forward?
Kind of like I said, I guess Saturday was our emphasis with throwing the football, and there were some good things that happened in the passing game. Defensively, there's some young defensive backs that I know Will is happy with, and we'll have a chance to be good football players.
You guys pull back on Carl Lawson, just not to chance anything Saturday in the scrimmage, and what's the plan with him, the rest of camp?
Yeah, of course, we still did some thud things Saturday in our scrimmage, and we did hold him. We held about 2 or 3 other guys out, veteran guys primarily. It was really a scrimmage to evaluate, and we wanted to give some other guys some really good opportunities. But our guys did get some work in thud-type situations, and, overall it was a really good day.
How do you think those guys responded that stepped up in place of those veterans like Jeff Holland behind them?
Anytime you give those young guys reps, and specifically with the ones or the twos, they get a chance to really show what they can do when they get solid guys around them, and see if they can work within the system. And I know Will has his eye on a few of those guys, and feels like a few of those freshmen are definitely going to help us.
Are there tangible things that you've noticed throughout these couple of weeks that have allowed you guys to be more physical, or when you guys have been more physical this year?
Yeah, well, Will's trying to establish our defensive identity, and it starts within physical, and our kids have responded, and it's been good, specifically up front. we want to run the football. We want to stop the run. There's been some good practices from a physical standpoint.
Has it been encouraging that you haven't had any, I guess, serious injuries
Mm-hmm.
out of doing that?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, that's a blessing. I mean, this time of year, that's every head coach's fear, that because you got to get work done. You got to get your team prepared, and we've been pretty fortunate so far. I mean, we got some nicks and bruises, but nothing where anybody shouldn't play. So far, knock on wood, it's been a good thing.
Coach, your senior cornerbacks, Jonathan Jones and Josh Holsey, how are they doing this camp? I know they were a little bit nicked up earlier.
Yeah, but both those guys have had very solid fall camps. I think we know what we're going to get with those guys, and it gives coaches an opportunity to work those young guys in even a little bit more.
So they're both going to be full speed to start the season.
Yes.
Coach Grimes said last week that things are a little bit closer than people on the outside think at the center position between Xavier and Austin.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to see there that would separate one from the other in these last 2 weeks or so?
Well, just the overall execution. Our center, like I've said before, is just as important as our quarterback in our system, because he IDs things. It really starts with him. The snap's got to be a good snap to operate our timing passing game, our read type runs. And both those guys, the good thing is, I mean, we got two guys that we feel good about. So I'm really looking at it as a positive compared to other years. And Xavier had a very good spring, and he's had a good fall camp. And both those guys are very solid guys, and so that makes you feel very good going the season.
Could you move one of them to guard if needed?
We hadn't done that yet, but it's always a possibility. As you get into the year, and specifically if you have injuries.
Guess in the same vein, has there been any separation left guard? Anybody move ahead there?
No, not yet. They're both still getting equal reps. As we get closer, probably a week out, hopefully we'll have some more answers.
How close is Alex to being where he was before he got hurt?
Every practice you see him becoming back to his old self. I think Saturday was a real good day for him to get out there and have another second scrimmage, and he's starting to get his pads underneath him and his feet underneath him and get his balance. So you see him improving every practice.
When did preparation start? When did the transition start to change the game preparation for Louisville?
Yeah, it'll start some this week. We're still in the evaluation process and really trying to get us figured out and us right. But it'll be this week that we'll start that transition. And then, of course, we'll go full force for 2 weeks preparing for our first opponent. And that's what we've done the last 2 years.
How about you've seen out of H-back so far, those two guys going at it?
Yeah, both the guys are physical guys. I think they're both smart guys. They're very versatile. They can block, they can catch the ball, they can block in space, they can protect, which I think is very, very big. And Jalen Harris is another guy that's got a whole lot of reps, and he's a guy that will help us this year. We'll just see how much, but so far we've been pleased with him.
How's Johnson doing with his ACL injury, and how's he kind of?
I don't think it's really bothered him. He's had some good practices that has done some good things. At times he's just trying to get used to practicing at this level.
Do you think he'll see the field?
I don't know yet. I think it's too early to say in that position.
Yes, we've heard you talk about before, what you look for from the center, being able to command the offense and putting the snaps for the quarterback on. But like left guard, what is it that you guys are going to say this is going to be the deciding factor to separate who gets the start?
Well, the good thing is we got two guys that position that have started, numerous games. So it'll be whoever the best is, but still you can't have enough depth on the offensive line. And I'd say, and I think I've said this before, I think we probably have as much depth, maybe more than the 5 previous seasons I've been here. So at least going into the season, we're in a good spot.
Starting classes, this is kind of the time of year where maybe a walk-on or two gets a scholarship. Any guys this year that?
Yeah. Mike Sherwood and Aaron Garrison are 2 walk-ons that we were able to give scholarships, and both of them are just excellent young men. Both of them have really sacrificed a lot and really helped our team win in other ways. So we were very happy to make that happen, and those guys earned it.
Coach Horton said last week that Robinson started off a little bit slow in camp at the running back spot. How's he done the last week or so to work his way back up?
He has had a better week. He had a couple hiccups early, but he's had a better probably week and a half, and have done a solid job. So he's really coming on, and he needed to, because those other two had very good fall camps.
You think he's right in the thick of things again?
You know, he's got a chance. We still got, 2.5 more weeks, and we're still looking at some things. But I will say this: we got 3 guys that we can put out there, and we feel like can execute our plays.
How's Carry On doing?
He's doing better. He is getting better. We're hoping to have him back here, sometime this week.
Gus, how did Duke practice, and how's the attitude been since he returned?
It's been good, and he practices fine.
Because I know you recruited Jason Smith like month before. Has he been like even better than maybe you guys initially thought, or how quickly he's picked up a receiver and also at the punt return?
Yeah, in spring, his head was spinning a little bit. We were playing half quarterback, half receiver, but now he had a good summer. In the weight room, he's got bigger, he's gotten faster, stronger, and he's had a very good fall camp, and he's starting to understand how to play wide receiver, and he's done some very good things.
Coach, what have you seen from the running backs so far during camp, and has anyone kind of distanced himself from everybody else?
Our 2 older guys that have been with us, the two veteran guys have been with us, have both had very good fall camps. They've protected well. They understand their check downs. They've ran the ball. They've had good ball security. And then, of course, Javon, like I said just a minute ago, the first week and a half had some hiccups. He's starting to get more consistent. And so, we'll see what happens. But we got 3 guys that can do the job. Thank you.